Hi guys, this is the official Built Strong Kettlebell class warm-up and mobility session. This should take about 10 minutes. Now after you foam roll, you want to foam roll some of the parts that hurt you, quads, calves, your lats. You want to get into a hamstring stretch. Now any of these stretches and mobility exercises you can mix and match, or you can change out whatever you're comfortable with or whatever your needs are. But this is a nice, good general warm-up that we like to give to people so that way they're primed and ready to go for the kettlebell session. First thing you want to do is a hamstring stretch. We're going to lie down on our back. I want one leg up in the air and one leg on the ground. Relax your head, hands behind the knees, nice long leg. We're going to pull that leg to the chest. And while you have that leg up there, might as well just do an ankle rotation. You can go clockwise, you can go counterclockwise, you can alternate, whatever you feel comfortable with. We just want to loosen that ankle up. We're going to go 30 seconds one side, same exact thing on the other side, 30 seconds on the other side with that ankle rotation. After you do that, we like to go into the hip flexor stretch. You can use a pad, you can use a mat, whatever's comfortable. You don't even have to if you just want to go on the floor. We want one knee on the pad and 1 foot forward, and I want you to sink into those hips. Don't bring your chest down. A lot of people like to bring that chest down, but I want you to just sink into those hips. Make sure that knee doesn't go over the toe. Give you a side view, nice and tall. Sink into those hips. You want to hold these for about 30 seconds on each side. We don't want to bounce. We just want to hold it about 30 seconds on each side. From there, we go into the bretzel. It's very similar to pigeon if you take yoga classes, except instead of that long leg in the back, we want to bend that knee. So we want to go 90 degrees, 90 degrees. From the front, we want to square up those shoulders and bring our chest down to that front knee. Chest down to the front knee. And once again, you want to hold this stretch for about 30 seconds. 30 seconds on each side. You can do it longer if you want to, but about 30 seconds. Once again, on each side. From here, we do the QL stretch. Toes up into the splits. Now this is going to vary from person to person depending on their mobility. You want one hand forward, left hand forward, right hand up over the top, and hold it for as long as you can. If you need to, you can grab a strap or a band, wrap it around that foot to give you a little more mobility, a little more stretch. Once again, over the top, one hand forward, and pull. We want to go 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other side. Always about 30 seconds. Plus or minus, you can go a little longer or a little shorter, whatever you are comfortable with. After that, we're going to work on a little bit of hips, a little bit of bridging. On your back, feet on your heels slightly, hands on the ground. I want you to pick up your hips and hold for 5 seconds. Now, while my hips are in the air, I want you to flex your glutes and flex them as hard as you can. So we're going to hold for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then give me a full release all the way down to the ground. Once again, we're going to do that for 5 reps. We're going to go up, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way back down to the ground. Once again, 5 or 10 reps, whatever you're comfortable with. From here, I want you to do what's known as belly breathing. So there's 2 types of breathing, essentially. There's the lungs, and then there's the belly. So what we're going to do is we want to expand that belly as much as we can, get as much air into there. That's going to create some stability in the spine. So a good way to know if you're doing that is one hand on your stomach and one hand on the rib cage on your side. And when you breathe, we want to feel our hands go out. Not necessarily our chest, but our hands move out. That's what's known as belly breathing. That's going to create that intercostal pressure that we're looking for a lot of the kettlebell exercises, right? So a good way to also do that is act like you have a straw in your mouth. We want to inhale through that straw. Right? So that's the exercise that we're trying to do. But we're going to do it on the ground. We're going to have our head on top of our hands
And we're going to do 5 big belly breaths. Now the key here is not to hold your breath. So you want to inhale for 5 seconds with a loud, hard, audible exhale. So we're going to inhale. So if you notice my lower back, it's actually raising up off the floor. And a good way of doing that is driving your belly button hard into the ground. Breathe through that straw. We want to do about 5 breaths of the belly breathing.
Our last exercise in our mobility is the hard style plank. Now there's different versions of the plank. We're doing a traditional plank. Elbows underneath the shoulders. I do not want you to clasp your hands. Essentially, we're in this position. You can make fists if you want to. Not a big fan of placing the palms down on the ground, blades, or a fist. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to flex every single muscle in your body. I want you to flex your quads. I want you to flex your glutes, your abs, and your lats. Right? And the way to do that is we're going to get in that plank position. We're going to pop ourselves up. From here, I want you to take your kneecaps and pull them up to your groins so your quads flex. Afterwards, keeping that quads contracted, I want you to flex your glutes. From here, I want you to flex your quads, or your abs, as you're getting punched. Act like you're getting punched in the stomach. And then pull your elbows down to flex those lats. And we're going to hold this position for about 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, a quick release. And after all that warm up, we should be good and ready to go for our kettlebell exercises.